Hey, it's Erin. How much cardio is needed for fat loss? In today's Q&A, we'll talk about the answer, discuss actionable items that you can do starting today to help get you in the best shape of your life, or at least get you shredded for summer. And then we'll discuss when cardio can be used and how to incorporate it. Let's cut to the chase. How much cardio is needed for fat loss? 0. That's right. The answer probably shocks you. Let's go over why that is though. In order to lose fat, you need to be in a caloric deficit. This simply means that you're burning more calories than you're taking in. Once you're in a caloric deficit, you also need to make sure that your activity level stays high. This is basically getting your steps in and just making sure that you're generally moving throughout the day. This is also known as NEAT. This is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And typically what happens when we're in a caloric deficit is our NEAT drops drastically. NEAT can account for between 600 to 1,000 calories per day. So if your activity level drops, your calorie burning drops too. Another thing that we can do in order to burn fat is to build muscle and do HIIT. Building muscle increases metabolism, and HIIT does the same. By incorporating it 1 to 2 times per week, you're boosting your metabolism for 24 to 48 hours after you do it. This is a phenomenon known as afterburn or EPOC, otherwise known as excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, but it's easier just to remember it as afterburn. So, in order to burn fat, you need to focus on 3 things. Making sure you're in a caloric deficit, making sure that you get your steps in or keep your activity level high, and making sure that you've built enough muscle and that you're currently doing HIIT 1 to 2 times per week. Now, let's talk about cardio. When can you do cardio or when should you do cardio? Cardio can be used as a short-term tool. Let's say that you have a vacation or a photo shoot or an event coming up in a few weeks and you want to get a little bit of an extra calorie burn in order to look your absolute best. Think about cardio as a tool. You can use it short term. It's going to give you pretty good results, but the average steady state cardio session burns about 300 to 500 calories. Once you step off that bike or the treadmill or whatever it is you might be doing, the calorie burn stops there. And 300 to 500 calories is about the size of an average meal. So that's kind of how much you're going to be burning. The body is amazingly adaptive. So if you're doing cardio on an ongoing basis, just know that 30 minutes of cardio this week might not get you the same results next week or the week after, that you're going to have to steadily increase the time of that steady state cardio, which can lead to hours and hours on cardio equipment. Now, there are health benefits to doing steady state cardio. Just make sure you're keeping it to 45 minutes or less and you do it at a nice, easy pace. This can improve heart health, it can lower blood pressure, and it can actually boost recovery. If you're doing a ton of cardio or if your cardio lasts for longer than 45 minutes, just know that it can increase cortisol levels, which can cause fat storage. And this is obviously the exact opposite of what you want. Over time, it can decrease testosterone levels and it can decrease muscle mass. So be very careful with cardio. If you really want to do it, make sure it's a separate session, make sure that it's a short-term tool, and make sure that it's easy and less than 45 minutes total. If you have other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll make sure to get to them. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and joining the Fit Fam. We've got tons of workout videos, tons of Q&As.